money and getting smashed, right? And I'm working the lunch shift at this time, right? And I'm gonna take my coat off because my stories are very physical. Anyway, so I start working at this place. I'm working the lunch shift, right? It's on 72nd Street between Central Park West and Columbus. And one day I'm working the lunch shift, and this girl comes in with the manager, and she's gonna start working there, right? This is a new server. And I wasn't dating anybody at the time, and I didn't know who I wanted to date. I didn't know what I was looking for. There wasn't anything specific. This girl walks in, and this is the kind of guy, I was immediately in love with her. I hadn't even heard her voice, but I was like, oh, I love her. I don't know who she is, but I'm in love with her. The relationship began right then and there, right? So manager comes up, he goes, oh, this is Lori. I go, okay, Lori. Oh my God, I can't believe I'm near her. Her face, she's beautiful. Turns out, she's a ballerina from Juilliard. So now, this whole New York City poetry, cinematic beauty is coming together in my life, right? It was like a movie. She's a ballerina from Juilliard, right? And miserable, by the way, but beautiful, right? Cold as ice, but gorgeous. I was in love with her. So that day, she's shadowing me. We're walking around, putting dishes on tables, doing whatever. She's looking, watching me do it. And I'm thinking to myself, you gotta go for it, man. You gotta go for it. You gotta say something to this girl. You gotta figure it out. So toward the end of the day, I go, hey, Lori, maybe after, I was awful, okay, with flirting. That was never my thing. Okay, the second, going up to a girl in a bar, I would try to say something very genuine. It would be super strange, and they would just be checked right out. So, something I gave up. I'm not good at it. So anyway, I said, maybe we'll get dinner. And she looks at me, and she goes, maybe, I don't know, and walks away. And I think, okay, that's it. Now, not only did I blow the most beautiful woman in my life, it's awkward. I can't even be around her anymore. I said, you blew the whole fucking thing. It's done. You can't be around. You can't work the same shift. So that was it. It was done. I fell in love with her. Now she left me, and that was it. So time goes by, and, we're working the shifts, and, it mellowed out. It wasn't as awkward. What am I going to do? I couldn't do anything about it. And believe me, she was cold as ice. She didn't give a shit. There was nothing about it. But I know secretly she'd be talking to another guy, and I'd think, fuck that guy. Who the fuck is this guy? He's going to talk to this guy, and what am I doing over here? I thought a lot of myself. Outwardly, inside, I was like, you're a fucking mess. Anyway, so one night I go home from work, right? And I'm living in Harlem. No one's in my apartment, and I'm having one of these, memorably boring nights. I didn't want to go out. I didn't want to stay in. I didn't know what to do. I was walking in circles. It was just, I didn't know. So I start doing things in the apartment. I said, well, what I'm going to do? I'm going to rearrange the living room. I'm going to change the vibe in the living room. So I did that. It was summertime. It was about 110 degrees, right? And I thought, what I'm going to do? I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to go into my room. I'm going to get all my clothes and all my towels. I'm going to take everything out of the freezer, and that's going to be my dresser for the summer. Because everything will be cold, my t-shirts and towels. So I brought everything in. Of course, my roommate said, well, where's all the pot pies? And I said, pot pies? It's summertime. I'm on the lease. That's my new dresser. Put it in the fridge. The end. So now I got this freezer, dresser, things are happening. At one point I decided, it's so hot, I shaved my head, right? Now I'm losing my fucking mind. I go to bed, I wake up in the morning, I gotta work the lunch shift, right? So I go in, there's Lori, miserable by the coffee maker, beautiful. And I walk in and she lights up. And I go, hey, what's going on, And she goes, how are you? And she's, kind of bumping into me and rubbing my head. And I'm thinking, could it be? I shaved my head, now she's into me? Is this what happened? And so much so that I'm like, I I'm gonna ask her out again. I'm gonna go on the firing line again. I'm gonna ask her out one more time. So I say, hey, listen, because of the way things were going, it was a vibe. So I say to her, hey, you want to maybe get some dinner after the shift? She goes, yeah, absolutely. And I'm thinking, oh my God. She's unbelievable. She's miserable. She's a miserable, chain-smoking, beautiful ballerina from Juilliard, and I want everything to do with her. So she says, yeah. I go, okay, meet me at my favorite Cuban restaurant. It's on 98th in Amsterdam. We'll meet there at 8 o'clock. So she says, okay, great. And I leave, and I'm jazzed up. I didn't even take the train home. I walked because I'm so excited. I was so excited. I had to get it out of my body. So I go meet her at the restaurant. We go to the best Cuban restaurant, my favorite place, right? You go in, it's all wood, it's dark, there's so many people. Cubano music is playing, best rice and beans in Manhattan, okay? And I loved rice and beans, man. And I'm just vacuuming them up. You know what I mean? It was like cocaine. Just, and drinking red wine, thick red wine. It was beautiful. And she's next to me, and I can smell her and feel her, and I'm like, this is unbelievable. Look at me. I wanted everyone. I wanted to stop and go, everybody, look at me, And she suddenly leans over in my ear, and she says, let's go back to my place. And I'm thinking, this is the movie. This is my movie. Let's go back to my place. That's in every script ever written. At some point, someone goes, let's go back to my place. So I'm flipping out. Let's go back to my place. I'm going to be with this girl. This is unreal. So I immediately pay the bill and get outside. And we walk into the hum of the city, right? Amsterdam Avenue, 98th Street. No hum like New York hum, right? It's the only hum. Walk out onto the street. We're embraced by the traffic and the beautiful sounds and feels of twilight New York City, Upper West Side. And so we're going to walk to her place on 71st Street in Columbus. We're on 98th in Amsterdam. I take a few steps, and suddenly I feel like a little rumble in my stomach, right? I'm thinking to myself, no, you gotta control this. What's going on right now? Oh, it was quiet. And it was as if the opening to West Side Story was being projected on the interior of my intestines, okay? What is the opening? Right? Probably not a key. Bernstein. Anyway, so Sondheim. I don't want to give it. Okay, so now I'm nervous. I'm thinking, keep it together. This is your movie. This is your romantic movie. This is all happening. And we're walking. By the time I get to 71st Street in Columbus, I get to her brownstone. At this point, the Jets and the Sharks have just made eye contact. Okay? And she says, oh yeah, I'm on the 4th floor. So now I couldn't even take these kinds of steps. It was all a facade. I was looking normal. My body was convulsing. Okay? I was imploding rice and beans and wine. It was just a whole mess. And she says, yeah, I'm on the 4th floor. And I'm going 4. I'm also looking at this fucking stoop. That's a 5. That's 5 flights. It was a very big stoop. How am I going to get up? So I start making my way up. And at this point, the rumble, the Jets and the Sharks, every step I take, somebody pulls out a pipe. Somebody pulls out a shard of glass, a chain, a zip gun. Okay? It's going to happen. And I don't know what the fuck I'm going to do. I don't know what to do. And I'm begging my body, get it under control. You're going to ruin everything. She's taking me to her apartment. We finally get to her apartment. I know I got to go to the bathroom. I can't help it. I'm trying. So we get to her apartment. She opens the door. Okay? Now, I've been in about 1,000 Manhattan apartments. Okay? Big, small. This was the smallest apartment I've ever seen. You walk in, there's a loft immediately above your head. 10 feet ahead, there's a window, a couch. Right here, touching my shoulder, bathroom door. No matter where you are in this apartment, you're right next to each other. It didn't matter. You're not getting any isolated alone time in this space. But I couldn't do anything about it. And I said, where's the bathroom? Oh, it's right here. And I just went, okay. And now I'm in the bathroom, okay? We're right next to each other. And I'm thinking to myself, I'm gonna ruin everything. If I go to the bathroom, in this bathroom, with what's happening here, I might as well just finish, open the door, and be like, see you later. And just walk out. And just walk out there. So I go into the bathroom and I think to myself, okay, you gotta move quick. You got 3 S's you gotta deal with. You got speed, you got sound, and you've got scent. You gotta check these 3 boxes, man. So speed, I just took a long pee. That's what it feels like. Nothing else happened, all right? Sound, okay? How am I gonna do this? So, I gotta talk without breathing. What am I supposed to talk about while this is all happening on the toilet, okay? What am I supposed to do? So I figure, okay, it's the architecture, it's the bathroom. Okay, I'm going to the bathroom as quickly as I can, and I'm going, look at the tiles on these floors. People must have been walking on these floors 100 years ago. Oh my God, I bet you the copper piping in this building is so beautiful. Are those real tin ceilings? That's amazing. How about the molding in here? You're very lucky to have this bathroom. Blowing it out. I'm doing my best. And speed, I finish. Speed is done. It's a triumph. Okay? Sound, triumph. I just took a long pee. But I got 1 S left. And it's scent. So I go to the sink. And I gotta figure this out. So I gotta bring sound back in to muffle the fact that I'm rifling through her medicine cabinet looking for something. Matches. Something. She's got nothing. Okay? Nothing. She's got like a gauze, a piece of gauze, a bobby pin, and a tube of toothpaste. I got nothing. I'm done. I'm gonna do the bit where I open the door and just go, I gotta go. I gotta leave. I gotta go. And I'm looking at this toothpaste. I'm thinking, yeah, great. It's toothpaste. What the fuck am I gonna do with toothpaste? It's mint toothpaste. I don't know. I put it back. I shut that thing, and now I'm running out of time. Now the long pee is fading. The speed is fading. And then it comes to me. And I go, oh my God, wait a minute. I take this toothpaste and I can create a mint screen so that when I leave the bathroom, it adheres to my body. I bring it into the room, I shut the door, nothing ever happened. So I take this tube of toothpaste and I squeeze it into my hands. And I go to the door, and I'm still talking. How about the water faucets? They gotta be beautiful. You think the water pressure was like this in 1800s? I don't know. And I'm smearing toothpaste all over the wall around the door, okay? This is what I'm doing. I'm caulking the frame of the door with toothpaste to create this shield that I can pass through, okay? This is what's happening right now. And I know it's starting. I can smell it. I'm thinking, you're doing it. I'm repainting this bathroom. I open the door. I know it's good. I open the door. I walk out. I can feel it. Cover my body. I walk out. I close the door. Nothing. This girl didn't suspect a single thing. And it was an unbelievable success for me. So I said, okay, let me hang out. I can't believe I pulled this off. Let me hang out with her a little bit. But play it right. You don't want to ruin it. You're in love with this girl. She doesn't know it. But you love her. And she's a miserable chain-smoking ballerina, which I was very turned on by. Very. We hang out. I find out that she's obsessed with the score to Braveheart, which was on a loop all the whole night. Then I thought, let me get the hell out of here. Let me get out of here before something weird happens. Get ahead. Do the right thing for once. So I leave. Get up in the morning. I couldn't believe what a success. I was high-fiving trees when I was talking to them. I get up in the morning. I come to work the lunch shift. And there's Lori. And I go, hey, how's it going? How about it, huh? How are you? Fine. Okay. What's going on? She goes, let me ask you a question. She goes, when you were in the bathroom, of course I'm already like, it's like how, you would be, how you talk to a police officer, you didn't do anything wrong, but you're like, you're just talking in a guilty tone. No, did you see my toothpaste? And I was like, oh, no. Okay, it's weird, because I can smell my toothpaste in the bathroom, but I can't find my toothpaste in the bathroom. I was like, well, yes, that's a very, very odd, strange situation. I agree with you on that. She goes, yeah, and I go, well, did you look for it? She goes, yeah, I looked everywhere for it. Now, I know where it is. When I finished caulking and painting her bathroom with it, I threw it out the fucking bathroom window. It was in an alley. Okay? I knew exactly where it is. I could tell you where it is. Look out your bathroom window. But I didn't. I said, well, you know what? I'm really good at finding things. You ever hear St. Anthony? She's like, no. I was like, okay. Well, anyway, hey, maybe I'll come by after work, and I'll help you find it. I'm so good at finding things. And she was like, okay, I guess. And I was like, all right. And then she walked away, and I thought to myself, somebody just got a second date. The end.